Let's look at our Celebrate Wonder Bible storybook and read our story, Jesus Calms the Storm. Jesus had been teaching the crowds all day. Jesus said to his followers, "Let's go across to the other side of the lake." They took a boat and got it out into the water. Big, strong winds began blowing the water against and into the boat. The disciples were scared, but Jesus was asleep in the back of the boat. The disciples woke Jesus up and said, "Teacher, don't you care that we are drowning?" Jesus got up and told the wind to be silent. The wind settled down and everything was calm. Jesus asked the disciples, "Why are you afraid? Don't you have faith yet?" The disciples were filled with wonder because of what Jesus had done. They looked at each other and said, "Who is this man? The wind and the sea obey him." I wonder, have you ever been afraid? What did you do to calm your fear?
Greetings, I'm Samuel. In today's story, Jesus is in a boat with his disciples. After a long day of teaching, Jesus is tired and is ready to cross the lake. When he gets in the boat, Jesus falls asleep. While he's sleeping, a storm comes and rocks the boat back and forth. The disciples get really scared. I would be too. They wake up Jesus and ask him how he can sleep when the boat is rocking so hard. Jesus tells the wind to calm down, and the waters became calm again. Whoa, the disciples are amazed. After Jesus calms the storm, he says to the disciples, "Why are you frightened? Don't you have faith yet?" In this moment, Jesus reminds us that our faith is not just important during good times. Jesus shows us to have faith when things are hard too. One time, the power went out in my house, and I was in my room alone. And I was really scared because I don't like the dark. I left my room and went to find my parents. I always feel safe with them. And I knew I would feel better when I got to them. When I got to their room, they gave me a big hug and reminded me that I would be okay. They also gave me a flashlight, which made the dark not as scary. After they gave me the flashlight, they told me this story. My dad said the disciples were scared in their storm too. Jesus came and he calmed it. Jesus also reminded them to have faith, even when it's hard too. I was still a little scared, but the story gave me hope. My parents took out more flashlights so that we could make shadow animals on the wall with them. I realized everything was okay, even though it started off scary. Jesus shows us what to do in difficult times, in times of trouble. We can use Jesus as a guide. This can be hard when you're afraid and you don't know what to do. Remember, Jesus is with us in every situation. Whether you are feeling really good or having a really hard time, even when it's hard, we can have faith. Now it's your turn to wonder.
At the end of the Celebrate Wonder video lesson that we just saw, Samuel tells us it's our turn to wonder. If we were together in our Sunday school room, Miss Donette and I would ask you what you might be wondering about after listening to this video. But we're not together, so Miss Donette and I are going to think with you about our wondering questions and see if our wondering questions are the same as your wondering questions. Sound good? Let's get started.
I'm wondering if any of you have ever woken up in the middle of the night when there was a bad storm and then the lights went out, just like Samuel in the video. It was a scary time for him. Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe you can think of another time when you were scared. When I get scared, I can't think very clearly, I get agitated. I start running around in circles, shouting and calling for help.
I'm wondering if any of you ever had a pet that you loved very much and that pet died. Or maybe it's happened to someone you know. This feels like a sad time to me. When this happens, I get quiet and I want to go away, and it hurts my heart as I remember the things that I'll be missing without my pet.
I'm wondering if you ever wanted to be friends with a neighbor or someone in your class at school, but they didn't want to be friends with you. You feel rejected and think that no one likes you and you're all alone. This feels very lonely to me. I start to exaggerate the situation and think I'll never have any more friends ever again. Times like these, when you're scared, sad, or lonely, happen in our lives. We would like to feel happy all the time, but life can change and get scary, sad, or lonely in a few moments. What are we to do?
I wonder, what did Jesus do when the storm came up and he was in that boat with the disciples who were very scared? Let's look to Jesus and see what he did in the Bible story found in the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 35 through 41. The first thing Jesus did is he continued to sleep. He had been in storms before, and he knows that eventually the storm and the feelings will end. Maybe he just rolled over and thought, oh, the storm will end soon. Feelings like scariness, sadness, loneliness just happen. We can't stop them from happening, but we can recognize them and name them. And it's okay to say to yourself or to another person, I'm feeling scared now about this. And then talked about the situation. Jesus' disciples woke him up and said to him, Teacher, don't you care if we drown? Jesus, he could see how scared they were and how they were getting wild and crazy. Jesus wanted to help them and teach them how to stay calm in a scary situation. He wanted them to avoid being wild and crazy. He wanted to teach them to have faith that things will be okay.
Next, Jesus tells the waves to be still. When we get sad or lonely or scared, sometimes we need to say something out loud to challenge our feelings and to calm down. For example, I sometimes say, I am a child of God. God is taking care of me. I will be okay. I have to remind myself that God knows me and he'll take care of me, just like he always has in the past. Jesus is our example so that we can know what to do when things get hard. We can be followers of Jesus. We can ask ourselves, what would Jesus do? Then show our faith in God by our thoughts and actions as we help to establish God's kingdom here on earth.
Let's talk about some things we can use to help us be calm. One thing I like to do is find a peaceful place. If I'm feeling sad or lonely, confused or angry, any of those feelings that are keeping me from being full of joy, I find my favorite quiet spot where I can be alone with God for a while. I might hug a soft pillow and listen to some quiet music or light a candle, and then I begin to take some deep breaths. Inhale and slow exhales through my nose or mouth. I try to fill up my belly with as much air as I can, and I inhale like I'm going to blow up a big balloon, and then I exhale the air through my mouth or nose, and it just releases the air from the balloon, and it releases the anger or sadness or confusion that I'm feeling.
One of the activities pages this week tells us how to make a calming the storm jar. You can download this page. It looks like this. I wonder if we could make one of these jars. It says here we need some things. Oh, look, we have this orange bucket. Let's see. It says we need a bowl to mix it up, and we need some warm water. We need some blue glitter gold. We need some glitter, and we need some blue food coloring, and we need a jar to pour everything into when we're ready to shake it up. Oh, and we need some spoons too. I think we're all set. this activity now, and then maybe you can try it home with an adult from your family. It says, first we need to put in the bowl a tablespoon of blue glitter glue with 1 cup of warm water. So we put the water in here. There we go. Ooh, that looks cool. Okay. Then we're going to add some blue glitter. And stir.
Should I do the food drop yet? Not yet.
Taking a while to stir this up. Stir faster. Stir faster. Really hard.
And then we add blue food coloring. It's already pretty blue.
It's already pretty blue. More blue.
Let's add some more blue. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
That's pretty.
And then we pour it into our Calming the Storm jar. Oops, get the glitter out.
All that glitter.
Okay. Then we put the lid on and shake it up.
I'm wearing a light colored sweater. I hope this works. Oh yeah. Ooh, it does leak out a little bit. Might want to put tape around the jar. Ooh, that's pretty. I can see where that's calming. I love glitter.
Yeah, and if you let it sit for a while.
An activity that we have for you this week is the Bible Story Challenge. And our challenge is for you to use Legos or other toys that you have at home to create the Bible story, Jesus Calms the Storm. Use your creation to tell the story to someone else in your house. So we have a video that shows a little boy doing that, and he explains the story. And here is a boat that I created at home. And you can see I have Jesus sleeping in the boat, and they're driving the boat, and I've got a sail. And so you can have fun creating your own boat with Jesus and the disciples, and then you can use that to tell the story. Another activity is a coloring page from our story today. So you can download that off the website. And the last activity is another word search. And here is the word bank, and the words that are in the word bank come from today's story, and you can think about how each of these words are in our story.
So can you tell me the story that we're recreating right now?
So what we're doing is we made the disciples on a boat with Jesus, and there's this storm which we're gonna make with this water in our sink. And so this is the thingy, whatever it is called.
What is it called?
Thingy, sail.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are the edges. I made most of them.
Mm-hmm. And what is that?
It's the disciples' boat.
Okay, where's Jesus?
That is Jesus.
And what happens in the story?
So what happens in the story is Jesus tells the disciples to get on a boat. So they all get on a boat, and then they start riding off. And Jesus is asleep in the boat, at the bottom of the boat. And then the disciples get worried because there's a storm. and then they wake him up, and then Jesus calms the storm down. So we're gonna see if this one floats. That's the rain. Samantha's
Samantha's making rain. Okay, move your hand.
That's it wet enough. And it floats. Oh, barely. Oh, it's floating. But there's some
Do
water.
you think Jesus will save them?
No.
I think he will.
Because look, it's gonna go down. Wait, Samantha, stop it. Oh,
Hey. Good job,
This
guys.
will work.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Bye-bye. All right, let's close in prayer. So fold your hands and close your eyes. And dear God, thank you for the story about Jesus calming the storm. Anytime we're having a hard day, feeling sad or lonely or worried about anything, we can remember this story and just know that you're in control and that we don't need to worry because it won't last forever and it will be calm again and we'll be okay. So thank you, God, and now you can enjoy the song from Celebrate Wonder to end our lesson today. See you next week.
Oh, I wonder how you made it all so good. With a promise, did what you said you would. Oh, I wonder why you're so good to me. How you never leave. Oh, I wonder when joy turns into praise, and it welcomes everyone you've made. Oh, I wonder how you open up my eyes, you change my mind. So we celebrate, 'cause we're not afraid of the mystery. With a little faith and a lot of grace, we can celebrate wonder, wonder. Oh, I wonder how I see you everywhere. I remember, and it makes me want to share. Oh, I wonder when I feel you as I serve, how the last are first. So we celebrate, 'cause we're not afraid of the mystery. With a little faith and a lot of grace, we can celebrate wonder, wonder. No matter where we look, we find you glorious. You made us very good, and you made us curious. So whether in the soil or in the stars above, or we can see your face, or we can feel your love. But I wonder how justice leads to peace. How we're different, but we're all family.